To the next phase here, you're going to be taking your sketches and combining them to make your monogram. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit more about style and what makes a good monogram. Take some time and think about what the style is of your brand. For me, it would be bold, iconic, pattern, eyes, creative explosion. Just do a brainstorm and write these things down on a piece of paper and keep this as a kind of guide for the styles you're working around. Style's really important because when you move into the design phase, it really can determine what your design's going to look like. For example, if I was drawing an A and it was going to be bold and angular, and that's what my brand was about, it might look like this. But if my brand was about happiness and whimsy, my A might look like this. So having those words as guidelines can really help you drive the direction of your monogram. Now, when you're making your monogram, it could be any letters that you want to choose. It could be multiple letters. It could just be one letter. But what's important is paying attention to your design and what your design is communicating. A lot of people don't realize my logo is a monogram, and it's basically an abbreviation for Chico, XCO. But now it's discovering relationships. How do I make these letters that are so different work together? So when you do exploring and you do the sketching, it can take you to discoveries. And then this is how you start to come up with relationships between the letters. The next thing you want to think about after relationships is thinking about repetition and rhythm. Those design elements can really change everything for you. This is how my logo actually originally started. I was sketching my name, I was abbreviating it like this, and then when it came time for a logo, this was my solution to kind of make this echoing design, this kind of point of origin. And then when I started thinking about it, my logo really does tell the story of my brand. It tells the story of creation from a point of origin, from nothing, as it radiates out. Think about almost like the Big Bang Theory, and it radiates out and it actually forms a solid shape. The shape could represent an idea or something that I create. So for me, that's how I bring story, a narrative, into your monogram. When you bring narratives into your monogram or any logo, you really can make it much stronger. Here, this is a logo for a company called Body Bar Pilates, and it was a Pilates company that used these special machines. And so it needed to look really contemporary, but it needed to have a sense of balance and yet a sense of movement. And so what I did was take these B's and turn them on their side with the P on its side, but I found this alignment and the sense of rhythm in there and a sense of repetition that brings some movement to these shapes. And then even if you're doing something as simple as one letter, you can bring a story into it really simply just by adjusting the shape, bringing in dimension. So there's so much that you can do with monograms. Here's a few more monograms that I've designed.